what I'm supposed to do with it. He said, it's not meat for me. She said, true for her. But even the dogs get crumbs from the master's table. She was not concerned with being a child. She was not concerned with what happens with the children. I brought my daughter before you. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. He says, not meat for me. Okay, that's the way the children need you. That's fine. I come out, you tell them, don't, then give me some crumbs. I gotta meet you too. I need to meet some food too. Because if you think about it, when food is being made, right, the food is being made for the person that's going to eat it. If there's an animal in the house, the animal is not concerned with whether it's going to get food or not. The animal knows. The animal knows that food will fall from the table. The animal knows that it's going to get something. It will be fed. So there's just like there's a connection from me to the person that's cooking. I know that if they're cooking, that they're going to give me some food. So that just like there's a connection from me to the person that's cooking, there's a connection from the animal on the floor. I may be on the floor, I may be running around on the floor, I may be dirty, I maybe have fleas, I maybe have some fleas, but God, I know you're cooking. You said you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemy. It may not be meat for you to take the children's bread, but I know you got some bread in the oven. I just made cornbread yesterday. Yummy, right? I love cornbread. I love it's cheap. It's where I grew up. We would eat beans and cornbread. I don't really like beans as much. I loved eating beans and cornbread because of the cornbread. I knew I was going to get cornbread with it. My grandma asked me, she was like, what do you want for your birthday dinner? I said, beans and cornbread. My cousins flipped out because they knew I was going to say it. I like very cheap stuff. I'm not really not showy. I don't like that. All right, I told Christina, Christina, can Sophia open up my presents? She was like, what? She was like, can Sophia open up my presents? I like that you guys are here, but I don't like attention. I don't like this much attention. I don't like people looking at me. I don't like, this is too showy. I like that all you guys are here, but you guys are focused on me. She's like, Jamie, just open up your presents. We brought these presents here. We brought for you. Like, just open the presents. Jamie, why don't you open the presents? Why are you like a bougie, Jamie? Just open the presents. I was like, I'm not being bougie, Christina. I don't like all this attention. You know me. I don't like attention on me. I like people looking at me. We got to the cake. I was like, Sophia, can Sophia just blow my candles? Jamie, why don't you just blow your candles? You get to blow your candles. Get to blow the candles on your candles. I don't like attention. Drives me crazy. I don't like people looking at me. I want to get up and do poetry because I feed off of people. I mean, I feel like I can feel the energy coming from people when they're looking at me. When people are watching me, I feel like I'm taking energy, like I'm swapping, like I'm giving them something, they're giving me something. I feel it. I feel the love in the audience. I feel it. There are people, I'm telling you the honest truth. There are people that are meant to be on a platform. There are people that are meant to be on stage, and if they're not on there, they fall apart. Like they kind of die. They wither a little bit. They wilt. Because they're meant to have that interaction. There's something in me that God put inside of me that feeds off of people when they are listening to me when I speak. Now, I don't care what I'm saying. I just want to get in front of them and say, I love you in my way and feed them and let them feed me. I want it to be an interaction, right? I feed off of it. It's how I live. It's how I grow. You said bloom where I am planted. I'm trying to do it, right? But I'm a doll. It doesn't matter. It does not matter how the food comes. The dog just wants it, right? If you take a plate, I used to do it with my friend's dog. If you take a plate and you move it back and forth, the dog will follow the plate, like with his head and his nose. And then the dogs are like Muppets. You know, Muppets don't have like they just turn their head. They don't have that interaction with their body. I noticed that when I was a kid. It just freaks me out. But Muppets turn their whole body when they want to turn to the right, and they turn their whole body when they want to turn to the left. Dogs are like that. If you put food in front of them, they are dedicated and committed to getting the food off the plate. So they turn their whole body. They're paying attention. They're paying attention, right? I don't like attention. They were paying attention, right? Because they're watching. They're watching for the food to fall off the plate, right? The child may not want the food. The child may not get the food. The child may not take the food. But I'm the dog. I'm the dog. I'm the dog. That's kind of what I want to tell my pastor that. I'm the dog, right? I'm the dog. Whatever falls from the plate, let me get it. I'll take it. I'll do anything to get what's on the plate. Let me take it. Let me have it. Let me have it. Let me add it. I will take it and run with it. Hallelujah. I've been running for my life. I'm running for my life, Lord. Y'all know I was going to do this. I'm running for my life. I'm running for my life, Lord. I'm running for my life. I'm not feeling well. But if anybody asks you, what's the matter with me? Yeah. Just tell them I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized. I got Jesus on my side and I'm running for my life. I'll run. I'll get the food and run. Away with it. And then you're mad because Aliyah always knew she was doing something wrong. We would grab the food or grab whatever, and she would run the opposite direction. She would run away from us because she knew dogs are human. They know. They speak English. I don't like it. They understand English, but they speak bark. They speak bark. They speak bark. That's what they do. I may not speak the same language as a child. I may not look as pretty as a child. But you got something, and I don't know what it is, but I want it. I don't know why I want it, but I want it. I can smell it. I could taste the smell of it. You know, something smells so good that you could taste the smell of it. I'm waiting. Oh, I know you know how to cook. I'm waiting for it to come out of the oven. I was waiting, and y'all know I make strawberry broccoli smoothies, and I love it. I love it. I told Kirk, and he was like, "Ew," but I like it. I like strawberry broccoli smoothies. I take carnation powder because I didn't have no food about a week ago. I didn't have no food. I'm not gonna mess with my pastors. I don't do that, right? I don't do that unless it's important. Then I mess with them. Otherwise, I don't do that. I'm giving them encouragement. I don't have time to ask them for food, right? Help me get food. So I was taking. I was rocking it. I was going to use everything in my cabinet. I have carnation powder, strawberry powder. I have creamer, right? Coffee creamer, and I have broccoli. I have strawberry yogurt. Put that in the blender, and I mean, it tastes so good, and it's actually healthy. It tastes like a strawberry shake, but it's got broccoli in it. And as you are swallowing it, you don't taste the broccoli, but it's so healthy. I taste the smell of it. I just made one before I did the blog, and I put it in the freezer because I wanted to get cold. I taste the smell of it. Can you taste the smell of what the rock is cooking? Oh, God. The rock is cooking something, right? He said it's not meat for me to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. But what if he gave the children their bread, right? And then he walked in the kitchen and started cooking for me. Because that's what he said. He said, I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. So he prepared a table before me. Something's going to come before me, right? But I might be a dog, but he prepared a table before me, right? That's the Bible say. I can read the Bible. If I can read it, then it's applied to me. Therefore, if I'm a dog, even if I'm a dog, and I can read it, it applies to me. Bow, wow, wow, yippee-yo-yippee-yay. That's right, Mama Kada. He's making the table before me in the presence of my enemies. It applies to me, even if I'm a dog. Even if I'm dog skin. Even if you talk to me and I can only answer you in 2 syllables. Bow and wow. Mama Kada. But wow, I know I can taste the smell of what you are cooking. You said you're going to prepare a table before me, and I believe you. Glory. And the just shall live by faith. The just shall live by faith. And even if I'm a dog, that means me too. He says, not meat for me to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. But what if he's going in the kitchen? He gave the children the bread. He's going in the kitchen and cooking something for me. Yeah, go ahead and give them their bread. But you can take the meat that you just mentioned and give me that. That make me a sandwich. They got bread, but they choking because they ain't got the meat with it. So they choking. They just got bread. That's why they act like that. But I got some meat, good bread, good meat, good gosh. I'm about to eat. I got you, God. And so I know you got meat for me too. It's not meat for you to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs, but I'll be a dog. I'll be that. I'll be that just like that. I'll be that. I'll be a dog. Because what if it's not meat for me you to take children's bread and cast it to the dogs? But what if it's meat for you to take children's bread and give it to the dog? Maybe not meat for you to cast it to me, but maybe it's meant for you to give it to me. Because he says spiritually, what he's saying is, he needs to give you spiritual terms. Perfect love casts out fear. He's giving you spiritual terms. He's saying, here, I'm giving it to you in spiritual terms. It's not meat for me to take the children's bread and cast the dog, because these are spiritually children. That casting is what he does. That's what the spiritual term. That's why you don't throw things in the spirit. You cast them, right? Perfect love casts out fear. You cast things down. You cast it. So it's not meat for me to take the children's bread. This is the children, right? This is their bread, and cast it to the dog. You're spiritually a dog. But guess what? I'll be that. What he's saying is I'm spiritually a dog. That's what he's saying. My big brother spiritually called me a dog. Hallelujah. One of two things is true. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. But we about to go there. Because people don't understand it. They say, well, I don't get this. I don't get this. He was driving her. He was trying to get her to understand. Because there's no way. One of two things is true. Go with me. Either, because we know he's my big brother. So if patient, right? Let's be patient with it, right? If I'm a dog, that makes him a dog. And I know my big brother ain't a dog. So them fighting words to me. Don't start. But if he says it's not need for me to take children's bread and cast it to the dogs, oh, you talking about me? You talking about me? You talking about me? Right? He is. He's talking about you, sweetie. But here's the thing. He's gunning you. He's trying to get you to realize. He's trying to get you to realize and admit to who you really are in front of the Sadducees and Pharisees. Because what happened when he did that was she gunned back. She gunned back. She was like, truth, Lord. What? Truth, Lord. Truth, Lord. Truth, Lord. Like that. She did like that with her neck. Like twisted, just like that. She did just like that. Truth, Lord. Right? But the dogs still get crumbs on the master's table, don't they? I just added don't they on the end of it, but dogs still get crumbs. I'm gonna get something. I get something. Because even if he's got bread, sweetie, let's leave that on pause. One or two things is true. That if I'm a dog, right? That what Jesus is saying is true. I'm a dog, right? Then he's a dog. Because he came here to seek and save the lost. So if I'm lost and he's saving me, he's pulling me up to where he is, right? He's pulling me up to where the children's status is. So if he's coming here to save me, he's coming to save dogs. And if he's my big brother, if I'm a dog, he's a dog. Now, we know that's not true. He has to be human. Because what can a dog do for as a human? The dog cannot save. Dog cannot give the children their bread. Bow wow wow and rip it and give it to them. Bow wow wow. That means ketchup on it. Do you want ketchup? Bow wow wow. Mayonnaise. Bow wow wow. French dressing. That's dog speak, right? He's not doing that. He don't speak dog. So the fact that I can understand you means that you ain't no dog. The fact that I can understand you means I ain't no dog. Bow wow, no. But if we want to go spiritual with it. But if you want to call me that, I'll be that. Just give me a crumb. Because you understand what crumbs do. I actually took crumbs. I like playing with stuff because I had a weird childhood. So if we spill a crumb on the table, and she didn't notice that I was still sitting at the table, because if she knows I was still sitting at the table, they would punch me. But after I was done eating, right? But if there's a crumb on the thing, if I want to know what really happens with crumbs, see, I would take a crumb and I would play with it. I would dunk it in water. I want to see what happens with it. And do you know that crumbs expand? Like sponges? Crumbs expand, right? My expanding crumb. Crumbs expand. Crumbs don't stay the same size. They don't even stay the same shape, right? You put them in a little bit of water. Put them in some living water, right? Add some water to it. What are we, like 80, 90% water? You put a little bit of water in it. So give me some water. Agua. Oh, I just said it in Spanish and French. Oh, E-A-U. You want perfume, it's the toilet. I don't want no toilet water. I don't want, if you say toilet water, I'm putting the perfume down. Because it smells good, I'm putting it down. Because it sound bad. I don't want toilet water. I'm not a dog. I don't lick toilet water. Say la. When you really think about it, right? Crumbs expand in water. They expand and they change shape, right? And if you take bread then and put water on it, because you don't put it in water, you might want to, that's disgusting, but if you put water on it, any liquid on it, I don't eat bread covered with anything. If you give me a biscuit and you put like gravy on it, I won't eat it. I don't like liquid touching stuff. I don't like things touching each other. Like, if you give me food, just let macaroni and cheese talk to itself, and then let broccoli be on the other side of the plate. And if you give me a biscuit, you can put it on top of the chicken, but then I grab it off real fast and put it in my napkin. But I still appreciate it, but I won't appreciate you. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like food, touching food that's not the same food race. Now, I want to be racist about food. Like, I'm not broccoli racist or anything like that. I just don't want to be, I don't like it touching it. If you broccoli, don't touch me. If you carrots, I don't, It bothers me. And likewise, even worse with bread. I won't eat oatmeal, that's bread and water. I won't eat farina, that's bread and water. I won't even smell cream of wheat. I will vomit, that's bread and water. With some powder or something. I don't feel wrong with people. I don't like that, it's nasty. But the concept of it, I always like to play with it. Because although if I put water on bread, right, I just had to, and I'm going to be honest with you, I had to throw a loaf of bread away last week. Not last week, maybe the week before. Because somehow, putting it on top of my fridge, I think the condensation of the freezer being open and closed, right, it touched the bottom of the bread. And so the bottom of the bread was wet and the top of the bread was dry. I've never experienced that before. We used to put bread on top of the refrigerator all the time growing up, but it never happened. But now, putting bread on top of the refrigerator, I just like stuff put away. I like stuff put away. I like stuff in a little alcove somewhere, right? And this I cannot do. I cannot put the bread on top of the freezer again because the bottom of the bread was wet and the top was dry. In order to understand what he is saying, I think we have to understand all the physical characteristics and the properties of bread. Now, we're not going to do that because I don't understand all the characteristics and physical properties of bread because I really don't care enough, right, about the bread. I want to know about Jesus, right? But Jesus himself is bread. He said, I am the bread of life. So if you want life, you must understand what bread actually does and how bread reacts and how bread interacts with your body and what it does to actually infuse your system and how it adds nutrition to the system and how carbs, right? Too much bread is too much carbs, and too much carbs can make you fat, and too much carbs, right, also you can make a carb a comfort food, and if carbs become comfort foods like they do for most people, right, you will go and seek the bread out instead of getting to the master, right, because he is the bread of life, not just, he's not just bread. And so his Holy Spirit is not comfort food. He does not make you comfortable, right? He is the comforter. Talking to my pastor, and honestly, I'm being honest, he was getting on me, but I said, I'm not comfortable. I just kept saying, I'm not comfortable. And then I thought about it. He's that father figure. I'm not supposed to be comfortable. If he's upset, then you're going to be upset. He's not here to make you comfortable. That's not what God's asking him to do. It's his job. You said you wanted this, and so he is this, and so that you only want it when it's fun? No. If he's the bread of life, he is bread of life, meaning he's bread that won't make you fat. That's awesome. But here's the thing: if he's bread that won't make you fat, that's the benefit. What's the side effect? Did you ask for it? Patient, invitation, criticism. He invited you, right? And think about this. He was inviting her in. She walked in, and he extended the invitation after she came in. Because he said, well, I know what she's going to say, so I'm going to say this to her. So she said what she had to say, and then he said back what he had to say, which was his invitation. We think it was terrible. It's not me for me to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. That was him inviting her. Like me, I would have been like, what, big brother, what you say? You know, them fight words, big brother. And, I wouldn't say it like that. Probably I would take a little bit of the growl out of my throat, a little bit of that out, Think about my pastor. It's like I wouldn't, would you go to your pastor and talk like that to him? What you say? And growl at him? No. I'm going to be honest with you. I was actually listening to the blog that I did yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, I said, wow. I thought back to a conversation that I had with him, the first conversation I had with him, sitting in the church, right? And I sat across from him, and I was so disrespectful. I actually laughed at how stupid I was. I mean, just coming out. I mean, it just breaking down. Like over the past couple of weeks, I've just been thinking about different parts of that conversation and how disrespectful I was. And I thought to myself, I said, would I ever talk to him like that again? Absolutely not. He would lay me out. He would hit me, but he would definitely, I'd be running. Absolutely not. So we understand he's the bread of life, but you don't go to him and try to snatch bread from him because you want it. I'm fiending for it. And you are the bread of life, so give it to me. I want it right now. Absolutely not. You don't get the bread just because you want it, right? And the bread is a comfort of it. But what about the life? The bread is a comfort food of it. The bread is a comfort food. Yes, it is. The bread is an instruction that my pastor gives me before I go out into the world and live my life. What about the life? I've been so sick this week, I did not do my injection. I know Kirk is going to flip if he finds out, but I didn't do my injections, right? I had to do 2 injections, right? And I did not do them, but I've been so sick. And I got to put your injection in that area, and my body is not feeling it. I know I'm in the middle of a fibro crisis. My body is interacting and reacting to everything that goes on in my actual skin, right? It's flipping out. If I hit the wall, right, it flips out. I don't like walls, and it just starts flipping out and beating me to death, right? It's crazy, right? So I know even when I do this, with my hands, I know I'm going to pay for that later. I know when I do this, I'm going to pay for that in about 5 seconds, right? I know I'm paying for things while I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to pay for it, right? Here's the thing. It's worth it.